All right, we're changing out the setup from, got a retired Spencer's board. It's been like 4 months on this, and we're gonna be setting up the new Flight. I love power boards. Also got some new reds that I'm gonna be putting in. And yeah, we're gonna change this up. I'm so close to being able to skate again. So I'm actually going to go to the park for maybe an hour and I'm gonna see how my ankle feels. I don't think I'm gonna do anything crazy. I'm just going to try a few tricks, have some fun, and it's gonna be on a new board. So yeah, we're gonna see how that's gonna work. And so actually, I skated real decks for probably 8 or 10 years. I really like the mellow shape, and so the new Flight is actually the K20 concave, which is more mellow than this one. This is a K26. So I think I'm gonna like for the way that I skate, I think I'm gonna like the mellow shape a little bit better. So after 3 months of rehabbing this ankle, we are going to try and see where it's at, I guess. And like I said, so next Sunday is my 50th birthday. So I really want to skate next Sunday. So I'm going to really have to see where my ankle's at, because I don't want to go and skate if it's not ready. But also, dude, this board, I wore it out. Like I said, it's been 4 months, and Spencer's board is by far my favorite board of any board that I've ever skated. So I'm kind of excited about setting up the new deck. So this is an old Oted board that I had, real, just like I was telling you. And I really did love this twin nose setup that he has, or twin tail. And of course I got my X Formula 99s, X Formula 97s. These are some old independents that I've had since I was a kid. And so we are going to set Spencer's board right there. And we're using pepper grip. Pepper I don't think is as grippy as Mob, but it's not as smooth as Jessup. Like it's kind of like if Jessup Mob had a kid, in my opinion. But dude, this pepper grip, I am in love with it, big time. Everybody does that different. Some people lay it and push it down. I like to start from in. I don't like to have any bubbles at all in my grip, dude. I think out of everything, that drives me crazy the most, is having bubbles all in my grip. And this pepper sticks so good too. Really want to use that. I need to find something. Use a wrench. That is good. Now where did I put my razor? Aha, right here. There is nothing like the feeling of fresh pop from a fresh deck. True profession. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I always bust off a corner and I'll use this to run across my deck. It just helps push the edges down a little more so the edges don't start coming up. And it sticks to your fingers perfect. How beautiful is that? And now I just realized I don't have anything. Oh, will this fit? No, I don't have anything to poke holes in. Let's see if a screw works. Yes. I guess good preparation would have been nice. One thing that I really love about these flight decks is we live in a hotter climate place, and regular boards, if you leave them in your vehicle, they'll start to lose their pop literally after like a week. They get really spongy. And dude, these flight decks never lose their pop. Never lose their pop. I mean, I skated that one for 4 months, and if you can see, dude, I flattened out the nose and the tail, and it still skated great. Even with the flattened nose and tail, it still had pop. And when I make it to Tampa Am, this is what I want to be skating. I want to be skating a flight. I want to know when I jump on something, or even if I land a little bit in the center or off, that my deck's not going to break. That's my... So we're gonna put the trucks on. I'm gonna change the bearings after I put the trucks on, because sometimes those can be a pain. Like, let me see if I can show you. Where, see how the kingpin gets, or the axle gets worn down on the side? Can you see that? Dude, that is like straight up flat. So sometimes it's a real pain getting the wheel back on. Like you have to fight with it, and I don't have a threader. But if I can't get it back on, I have a whole nother set of trucks I'll just put on so that I don't have to fight with it. And I know I have a skate tool around here somewhere. I just have no idea where it's at. So we are making do with what we have. As soon as I get this set up, I'm going out with my daughter, and she's going to be taking photos and stuff of me. First day back on the board. She might be getting photos of me falling. So this is the setup that I like. Pepper grip, Powell flight deck, either the K20 or the K26 concave is my favorite. Bones X99 wheels, these are awesome. I tried Dragon wheels, and I didn't like how bouncy the Dragons were off the ground. So I actually did the X Formula 97s, and I like those. They were just a little bit too soft. They work great for like mini ramp, wood ramps and inside. But for street and park, I really love the 99s. They're like perfect. And they're not as bouncy as the Dragon. We're gonna see. I love skating a new board, but sometimes that first session on a new deck is kind of like the break-in session. You know, day 2 is always better than day 1. I just don't know when day 2 is gonna be. Probably not till next weekend. You know, trying to balance work, family. I have to move my daughter back into her college dorms tomorrow. They've been on winter break. We have to move my I have to move my daughter back into her college dorm tomorrow, actually. Coming off of winter break. So, and I have to work all week, man. I've been putting in like 12 and 15 hour days, one 18-hour day. I think in here, you can see I had the Bones Big Balls is what I had in here. So I'm gonna change them out to Bones Reds. And these actually still roll pretty decent. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't care what anybody says. I do not take the shields off of my bearings because I don't want sand in them at all. And we have a ton of sand here, big time. And you can see I've already started to wear this wheel out on the side. So I'm actually going to turn it over and put it in the other way. That way I can wear out the outside now. Beautiful, so silent. Nothing. All right, this is the worn down bad one. We're gonna see how this goes. Whew, that axle's trash. This is the fun part. Oh, I might have got lucky. Absolutely did. Got to make sure it's not cross-threaded. You cross-thread it, that is a freaking nightmare. That one was a little tough also. Ooh, that feels burred. I hope this one goes back on. Uh-oh. If I can just get it started a little bit, we're home free. And I'm trying to hurry because it's supposed to rain in like 2 hours, so I at least want an hour of getting pictures. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's the cross thread. Golly, I thought I got lucky. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. This is where a rethreader would come in handy. Cross-threading a truck is the worst thing you can do. and I have nothing. Uh-oh. Nope. Dang. Let me try. These are my old wheels. Look how teeny tiny these things are. Oh. Same thing. Must be the axle. Yep, because they went right back on this one, so it's definitely the axle. So the one that I thought was going to be the problem was not a problem. Got lucky. Beautiful. Maybe loosen that a bit. I think we're good to go. And I hope that I really like this shape. X marks the spot. So that's my setup. Bones Reds, X90 or X Formula 99s. Have any of y'all ever done this? I'm sitting here talking to the camera and I put my truck on backwards. I bet y'all noticed this and didn't even say anything. That's what happens when you get a little too excited. "30 years of skating, and I put a truck on backwards." Sheesh. It happens though. It happens. But this is only like the second time it's happened in like 10 years, literally. Shoo. You know what it is? Dude, I'm so excited about going skating because it's literally been 3 months. Like, I'm just in such a hurry, making mistakes. I hope I don't make mistakes when I start skating, because that's how you get hurt. What is going on? There we go. At least I don't have issues getting my hardware on. And this hardware is relatively new also. It's beautiful. Well, sure, I'm glad I checked it. Holy crap. This one's kind of tight. Love it. All right, we're gonna go hit the park and see what happens. It is super windy outside. We have a storm coming, but too excited. We gotta try it. So this is going to be my setup for trying to qualify for Tampa Am. Flights, X99s, slappy trucks. Look at them kingpins, bro. Like you ain't hanging up on that. But pepper grip, and we're gonna see how far this can take us. So if you guys want to continue following my journey, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and we'll go on this journey together. So peace and stay young.